Hey guys, here playing the new most wanted list, and we were playing a list by CodeMarvelous called, I don't remember what it's called, but it's got Sandburg in it, and that's the main thing. So this is a neat card that I want to test quite a bit in the next little while. What's really cool about it is that it's kind of an alternate win condition, which the Corp doesn't have that many of, really. Yeah, we'll put the Adonis, I guess. So really for the Corp to score out, you've got like Ash, Caprice, you've got not a ton more stuff than that, right? Sand, Biotic, the fast advance enablers, but mostly to win games as Corp, you can't just rely on your ice by themselves because they don't do the trick. You're looking at some kind of enabler, and Sandburg is that kind of enabler. Sandburg says if you can just get enough money, then all your ice will be enormous and hugely problematic for the runner to deal with. So this Eve is, I don't know if he's playing Bank Job. I'm worried about Bank Job because I've had people do nasty things with Bank Job in the past. I think I'll just take it safe this turn and play my Ash on the Adonis. I don't want to leave open remotes for Bank Job to happen because right now he's poor. He's just paid a whole bunch to trash. You can go nuts in R&D, that's fine. For single accesses, I'm pretty unbothered. Okay, now we can talk about getting rid of an agenda, covering our R&D, or cover the Jackson. See, I don't really want to have my remote consist of the Eli here for the Sandburg, because even if it's a big Eli, you can still click through it. Rather have a hard stopper. I do like Code Gate even. So this is a pretty solid Jackson. Get back some money. Get back my Ash I need. And we're lining up to score the sales team whenever this Adonis runs out. So we need another ice. And we don't get it. Do I play into Bank Job? I could regret this so much. He hasn't shown testing or anything. He's just shown like the Maker's Eye, maybe in the party. So maybe he's just got a ton of events. Rising Eve against his 6 credits. Then I'm going to have to find an ice for it. I can Jackson double draw for an ice. But I think I don't want to pay out this turn. Well, no, I almost think I do. Even if he trashes this, if we're able to get our sales team out the door, then we'll be in great shape. I think I trust this next. I'm going to protect the Eve. Oh, Breach Siphon. Come on. Well, I'll make him pay for +4 strength, so it wouldn't help to show the Sandburg right now. He's going to be pumping to 6 anyway, and this only gives me up to 6 strength. So let the Siphon spam begin. This is a problem for Sandburg for sure. If you don't already have a bunch of money that's safe, you can just lose your money. I've had vamps happen pretty often. Ooh, rough. Well, that's pretty nasty. I guess we're playing against Criminal. I guess I should have... Well, I didn't have an ice that would matter, actually. The Turing would have done nothing on Central. Take the agenda and run, or hope he can't siphon me again next turn. Now I'm going to lose my Ash. I'm going to lose my Eve. These siphons just wrecked me. I didn't have the ice to stop him. I'm in terrible shape right now. Even if I would say like install Turing on server 4, credit, he can siphon me down again. He can inside job this sales team. I think I want the sales team. At least it's money that I can use to try to get back on my feet. But it's not good. I'm losing my Eve here. He got rigged up very fast. He had 3 breakers in the top, like 14 cards. He didn't even search, did he? Did he special order? No, I think he just drew all his breakers that he needed. So it happens. Yeah, he just naturally drew all 3 breakers. He could have a bunch of copies, not really clear. So now we're going to build a fort. We need to eventually get our Adonis back online, but it's probably too early. I think it's going to be install take 2 for a few turns now. At least this passport is not going to deal with the Turing. Yeah, let's make him pay 4 here. Or, yeah, he's got to pay 4. He's not that rich either, so I'm pretty happy to tax him with these ELIs for the time being. We've managed to get him to spend everything. He spent 9 trashing our assets, so the siphon money was there. Went away pretty fast. Our Ash is surprisingly still alive. I'm gonna trust the next silver to protect it. This Ash is gonna be pretty critical for us if he does manage the inside job at a later date. Sales team is so good. We're playing only 2 Vitruvius, so we can play 2 sales team, because I would certainly rather score sales team early game than the Vitruvius. The Vitruvius really I only want in order to never advance, like just put it in and buff them in the late game. He hasn't played security testing. Security testing would have wrecked us. I don't know what he's playing. We can install take 2, or we can start our Adonis again. Let's start the Adonis again. I was hoping we would get Breaker Bakerid. Didn't happen, but this is okay. We should be able to at least break even-ish, and I want to be able to res Architect plus the Adonis to drop to 0 if he siphons again. Trash his levy. Okay. Oh, that's a great draw. Do we put next silver on HQ? Or we even hold this hedge fund for later? Or do we cover Archives with the idea that he's going to have That's a tough call on this turn. I feel like putting a 3rd ice in HQ is like maybe not going to do anything for a long time. The ice placement in this deck is tricky. We could start our Eve again. Or we get our Sandburg out and try to money up to the point where it actually does something. I think I want to see what Jackson brings us. Okay, this is decent. The magnet's whatever for Central Blood. It says solid stopper on the remote. And now we can put a beefy ice on HQ to stop Siphon that way. I'm going to maybe not react to security testing until he actually shows it to me. Maybe he plays all these parties. He's not going to be able to have it. Faust, sure. So that's now going to be able to beat this next silver. Turing is going to still be annoying for him. He can click them. So these next are actually real expensive. I think I want a double sentry on both centrals. And now our money's in a place where we can fire this hedge fund and just credit up. The magnet's 2 cards for Faust. This is 3 cards for Faust. I like this. I'll res this one. We're hoping for no shutdown after this. Shutdown will be kind of sad following this up. But if he's not playing Parasite, all we need to do to win the game is not lose until our necks get really big. Because it will eventually tax him down. So we've managed our money carefully. We're going to be able to go to 4 and then down to 2, and it won't be worth him siphoning us. He'll just access and get nothing. The Faust party thing is kind of fun. You can discard your first couple parties to make the later ones better. Don't mind that. Clicking the Eli, fair enough. So we'll just go to 2, let him access. And now we can, I think, defend our Adonis. I don't think he's going to want to come in and pay the trace to trash Adonis. He had to pay 4 and then pay 3. No, he lets us have our Adonis, which means a quick recovery. Excellent. So the Desperado, what's our ice placement going to look like? Double next silver on server 1 is going to make it hard for him to use Faust. It's going to be 2 cards and then 3 cards. This magnet's not very good, I would say, for anything. So I think we're just in defend siphon mode. I'll click up. We can res our Turing. This Jackson's critical because we'll be able to pitch anything as we draw and not worry about it. Yeah, so we could have put the magnet, but I didn't want to res magnet anyway. Sandburg comes up again. So it's still too poor for it to really do anything. Do we draw 2 this turn? I want Breaker Bay. We've got 2 of them. I want Caprice. I want Ash. We get our Caprice. That's excellent. So this will end our siphon worries. All we need to do now is win a side game. It's also stopped shutdown, which is annoying for us. This will stop. He might even just never run here. Oh, really? The immediate sneak door, trashing his passport. Nice play, sir. Quite like that. So our beta test is probably gone. Yeah, there it goes. Good for him. That's what he needed to do. And now we've got a somewhat compromising position with regards to this beta test. I think we want to draw 2 when we'll just guard beta test and we'll dirtle for a while. Hopefully get a better ice. We don't. But now he can shut down. Would he have shut down already if he had it? I think the answer is he doesn't have it now, but he might have it soon. So let's play the magnet. It costs him 2 cards for the time being. I can draw and discard both agendas, or just discard 1 agenda. I think I'm gonna draw and discard both agendas, because I'm still looking for cards like this. This is probably the main card I wanted. So like this is why Faust is balanced outside of the Wild Cakes engine. He spent a whole turn just replacing his hand for the cards that he's used to break earlier in the game. It's extremely fair. So my options now are like Adonis, Breaker Bay in here. That's pretty good. Save my agendas. I think I want to archive the Caprice, so I'm going to actually send back the other archived. We can keep this Caprice live when we need it. Set up my Adonis. The Sandburg can still be valuable. Covering archives or covering server 3. We have no agendas currently, so I'm going to cover server 3. This will turn into our Sandburg remote once this Adonis is ticked out. He's not going to have David or anything that would deal with Sandburg. And while he can pump this, I'm curious what he has for another breaker for code gates. Excuse me. Because if it's just the Passport Faust combination, it's a bit rough looking. So we've seen 3, 5, 7. Call 3 Desperados would be 10. I think he's on new most wanted list, so that'd be 13. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Should probably have brought up the Caprice this turn to make him at least sneak door, trash this, and kill it. Because he can use Faust with his Mongoose, whereas if he'd already spent cards on this with Faust, he would be harder pressed to break that. Yeah, so that's happening. He's gonna get money again. But no follow-up. See, I would have come after server 3. So what's the play here? We get our Caprice onto server 1 and then maybe don't res most of the ice here. That's like okay. Or we Jackson draw to find another ice. How much is he spending? He's spending 1, 2, 3, 4, and a click and a second click to siphon us. Still a pretty good deal for him. So I don't like that that's happening, but what can we do about it? Not a lot this turn, I think. Oh. Suppose he plays Account Siphon again. I think we just take it on the chin. Continue trying to keep our hand clean. Really, the money loss for us is not the big deal. It's more the money gain for him, enabling him to do things on our other servers. But he's spending so much time just getting cards into his hand. Okay, so the beta test goes in. This is still $3 for him. That's a decent tax. Or we play Sandburg, Architect, in a new remote. I don't think a third remote is right, is it? No, it's good. We've got 19 credits. If we even boost a little bit, he's going to have to pay quite a bit here. Is it Siphon? No, it's Levy. Right, his stack, it was pretty low. Okay, so we go home free. Really, you want to try to score like at the time when they want to levy, so they're forced to choose between levying and trying to contest your stuff. We get to fire a safe beta test here, and we get a free next silver. Wow, options. I think this is already too open to break. HQ is going to add an extra what? Not very much. I actually think server 6 is okay. Now that we put the Sandburg here. And our bank has floated pretty high. We're going to get to start our Eve in server 3. Because of the Breaker Bay rate, I was going to put Sandburg here earlier, but since we've drawn another campaign, starts to become good to just keep putting campaigns in this server. So this is now a +4. This puts it to 5 power. Feels good to make him pay 4 cards to come in here. 3 cards and $1. That's fair. His inability to sustain resource economy is going to kill him, I think. Yeah, that's fair. He has to come with a Maker's Eye. Do we pay 12? This is a lot of our money. We know we got 2 agendas just sitting in the bin. We also know he's got multiple Maker's Eye, and that's probably his Hail Mary plan. Yeah, I think we drain his everything. This boosts our next up again to power 3. He maybe forced to discard cards he really didn't want to discard here. He has to pay 3 cards. Oh yeah, I guess he can draw his Hopper. But still, he's going to run out. Boost break. All right, so let's get our Sandburg again. He can't repeatedly deal with the Sandburg. He can deal with it like a couple times, but HB is known for the recursion, so I kind of like this better than what I was trying to do with Palna, in that you can bring back your Sandburg when it's effective. Now we're gonna have 3 strength on everything. Yeah, we've got some agendas in here that are we don't want him to have. Agenda, and I think the archive. The archive's gonna let us target Caprice or Sandburg or campaign as needed. These campaigns are just killing him. Like limitless money. Pretty disgusting. So he's on 5 cred. Can he beat the food ash combo? Suppose he does Siphon. Comes in against 4 next and then 5 next. No, there's... I would say there's basically no way he can keep us from winning here. And at this point, our R&D is safe enough. He can almost not win an R&D either. There are a fair number of points in the archives. So we'll bring up our Sandburg, giving +3 strength. Yeah, like I'm really happy this is getting trashed because we're giving it away so expensively, right? It costs him a lot to deal with this annoyance. That's kind of like the thing keeping him from then contesting our scoring remote. Yeah, I like this play. He's just gonna try to get 3 agendas off the top of R&D, which we did send them back a whole bunch of times, so there are a fair number in there. Or sorry, I should res that. Yeah, not good news for him. What's on top of the R&D? Breaker Bay, Magnet, next Bronze, Food. Yeah, we'll just put the food. He has no clicks up anyway, so we can't do a thing about it. So the archive memory did a ton of work for us. I really liked that aspect of it. Having the ability to choose what target you needed. Quite effective. So what did he do wrong this game? He probably... I don't know. We had a safe beta test, which you don't want to give away. I don't think that was the main thing in the end. Just his siphon follow-up wasn't good enough. Like, he landed siphon, he got a bunch of money, good times, but he didn't then go and kill our breaker bays or steal our agendas. Like, the fact that we actually scored this sales team was amazing, and we probably shouldn't have been able to have this, right? I think we definitely see the weakness of Faust too. Like, he spent a lot of time playing hoppers, like quality times, basically getting cards into his hand and turning his money into cards. So it's definitely very fair. I don't know if it should have been most wanted list because of that. Like, 3 influence for this outside of Anarch isn't really busted at all. 3 influence is a lot to pay for this. I guess we need 1 copy, so it's not the end of the world, right? He can special order it. Yeah, so overall, I don't know if I like this engine too much. He has the E3 to make it a bit better. That's still like another piece you got to find and put in. Thanks for watching.